Pops Chairshots. Get it right.
Woo! Welcome back, Wrestle Dweebs. Victor Villain here. Let's see who's making their way to the ring. Who goes first? No, everybody forgot the order now. We all just.
It's always mischief, right?
It's always mischief, baby.
Pretty chubby flaco. Dímelo, mi gente.
JP Savage, ya tú sabes. Old school.
Hey, we back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for joining us. Welcome to another episode of Heels, Pops, and Chairshots, the show that's unintentionally unintended for those with sensitive ears and weak bladders. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some special guests for you this week. We're going to give it to them. Not just one. That's right, I said two. Our boys, JP and Josh from the Irish Whip Podcast. Talk to them for a second. What's up, boys?
Special Look at that dude. Special Ed with a number 12 jersey back there. Look at that.
He started early. He started early.
How do you reconcile that? Like, how do you wear that jersey?
I don't. I'll
in the dark.
He swallows. That's how he reconciles that jersey.
I have a Teddy Bruschi jersey back here somewhere that I can still wear because he's a
I
legend.
respect Teddy Bruschi. I will say no ill things about Teddy Bruschi.
Okay.
Oh, it's okay,
I'm a Steelers fan, so let's just say that the fucking Patriots, I hate them because they kick on every fucking time we play them. Like, I hate them. Like, I put them on
He's
the
a Steelers fan. So, which means his quarterback has the same jersey hanging up that I do.
He does. It's goddamn autograph in his office.
Victor, if you hear that, the Steelers get beat by the Patriots. Man, they must suck, right? Right?
I don't want to talk about it, yo.
Right, we're Jets fans.
I'm a Jets fan. What do I get?
I'm a Giants fan, so you're welcome. JP, I'm sorry, but the superior JP, the Giants fan.
Every once in a while, arms jump out of a helmet and grab a ball miraculously, so it's all good.
What's destined to be is destined to be. At the end of the day, it's the W that counts.
That's it. That's true.
We're still talking about football?
That's right.
That's right.
We talking about professional wrestling.
I was talking about ball grabbing. I was down for that.
Let's open up on some bright notes, man. It's a scary world we living in out there these days, and Titus O'Neil has some good and positive things to say. Did we all catch his message?
Yes.
Yeah.
How we feeling about this, guys? Who wants to talk to me first, real quick?
I just watched my city get demolished. Like, I talked to Josh Sunday, and it was like, I don't know what to do right now. As you all know, Boston's won a ton of championships over the years in sports. We've never looted. We've never rioted. So that happening here, like, it's just never happened. It's kind of unforeseen. And I grew up about a mile to 2 miles from where it all happened. So I was just, like, pissed off, really. And none of the local leaders showed up. And none of the national leaders showed up. So November not too far away.
And
Right, without getting into, like, miring into politics, right? Because that's where we're all, like, we don't want to go there, right? Who the fuck wants to go there? Let's be real, right? But it's just such a hard time to avoid the topic altogether, right? The systemic racism. And if we do bring it back into wrestling for a second, all right? We talk about all the time with the WWE, right? Don't you guys say, right, Vic? Every time a black wrestler wins a title, what do you say?
Must be February.
It must be February, because that's when they give the black champions a turn. You know what I mean? So we see it, like, everywhere. So we can't, like, not talk about it. We have to talk about it. And then we got, like, Nia Jax also saying some racist shit herself. And
Fuck Nia Jax.
But the way I look at it, as far as being a wrestling podcast, we have a voice, so we need to kind of address it at some point.
100%.
And the thing is, it's like, just like we did, and I don't want to get into it too much.
Yeah.
And I'm just like you guys. I'm out here in Montana. It's not affecting me. I mean, it is, but it's not. My problem is just like JP said earlier before we came on here, is that my entire life when it comes to pro wrestling and this is through a screen. Like, this is how I live my life through pro wrestling, is I don't get to go to live events. I don't get to do this stuff. Like, there's 1.5 million maybe people in the fourth largest state in the United States. But trust me, man, watching the eulogy today for George Floyd brings it in perspective for me, because I'm ashamed a lot of times to have the skin that I do, because the people that are associated with the color of skin that I have. And it's embarrassing, it's shameful.
It'd certainly feel a lot different if he was here.
100%.
And I think that's huge, because this is what it's all about. Like the riots. I mean, I personally, when it comes to the riots, it's an extreme method. But unfortunately, throughout our history, it's one that's worked when it comes to not being understood, not being heard. It's until people are inconvenienced, people are feeling frustrated themselves, that they actually get to listen and see. Like you just mentioned, watching that eulogy, seeing that moment, what occurred, watching that video, watching community members telling the officers, this man's not breathing. And then the people that are there supposed to be protecting and serving, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's about what's wrong. What's wrong is wrong. And there's going to be, people that are assholes in life. But it's about not holding those people accountable. And that's the biggest message. And this is the first time, as a man of color, as a black man, that I personally feel that everybody's in tune with what the fuck is happening, and real conversations are happening. And when it comes to the professional wrestling world, I mean, this is a conversation that's been happening in the last couple of years, especially Kofi Kingston winning. All right? When you think back, the last black champion was who? The Rock. Shit is crazy. And then you watch something like Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah. And then you look at the Dark Side of the Ring and all the information you start to hear about the stories of things that happened throughout the years in professional wrestling. And then you look at Twitter. After certain individuals provided the perspective on certain comments.
Scary.
And you see that even within your own locker room, you don't know. Right? And that's scary time. Scary.
Well, his Hulk Hogan just got banned from AEW for him and his wife some
his ex-wife,
racist tweets. So
They're talking shit.
and she was commenting more on the riots itself, that it's not gonna help, or it's not helping the cause.
But her word,
But not understanding.
it's very boring.
here's my thought, and I'm a white guy, so it really doesn't fucking matter. The people who are rioting are different than the people who are protesting. It's a different group of people.
Right.
The march in Boston that led up to the riots and the looting in Boston was a march. They walked 3 or 4 miles to the State House where there's no parking. Where the looting was happening, they were driving up to the store, so where were their cars? That tells you right there it's not the same people.
Yeah, and let me put it in more into perspective. Like, I'm 45 years old, right? And I've been having to learn, like, over the last 10 years, how to adjust how I have conversations. Like, when I grew up, man, it was eeny, meeny, miny, mo. That was still in circulation at that point in time. So was Ring Around the Rosie, which was a World War II song about the ashes from the Jews. So, like, this is embedded in our culture, guys. Like, this doesn't just go away. It's going to take people like us that take to the ways that we do, and like you said, man, like, hold people accountable. Like that's what we have to do. And this is a pro wrestling podcast, and I'm glad that we get it out of the way so people can see that no matter Montana, New Jersey, Massachusetts, shitty ass Wyoming, where I'm at right now, it don't matter, man. What matters is that we're human beings all together, and it's sad that there's a small piece in our human anatomy called pigment that can allow us to treat people differently.
Maybe change is needed, man. And speaking upon change, and JP's earlier point of The Rock, he sounds like he might be wanting to do some change around here, man. He's sending a message to Mr. Trump. What's up with that, guys?
Rock 2020.
Rock 2020.
Yeah, he cut out 8-minute promo.
Yeah, that shit was long.
That shit was long.
He didn't end it with if you smell what the Rock is cooking though.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Nah,
That's
we're making light of a very situation, like a very serious situation, but it was well said, right? And it was passionate, and I think that's what he was trying to convey is that there's a lack of leadership in general to keep everything in perspective. Like we keep having to get our perspective from like this culture shock, as opposed to like someone guiding us through this shit, and like no one's guiding us through this shit. So we're each taking our own avenues to get there, right? Some longer than others. And so that is a fucking sea of insecurity. Like, how can you just be dealing with all of this shit with no one in power kind of giving you a sense of like, oh, we'll figure this out, right? That's always happened when there's chaos. Someone is there to be like, guys, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this out together. 9/11, we'll figure this out together, right? Terrorist bombings, this and that, and third. And every situation that we've ever come across has always been like, we'll do this together, we'll figure this out. And The Rock is the guy to say that? Yo, 2020 is weird, bro.
Yo, facts.
Extremely weird.
The theme song came out. He had to come in and answer the call. If you smell, come on. It worked.
I'll tell you this much. We've been through worse. I really, like, at least I know that The Rock is a wholesome person, right? And we know it from so many different avenues, right? Hey, if that's the best we can do, we've been in worse situations.
I'll tell you what I guess, right?
Right? This and that. Trump was there. Like Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Right.
He was an
Right.
He made an actor like those these things. And that's it.
It's been a crazy ass week. That's for sure.
Crazy, yeah.
On this of all this sadness, we got some crazy tweets coming out. Like you mentioned, Linda Hogan. Her son also tweeted some crazy shit.
He did?
About, he did a meme mentioning car accidents and the victims having that DUI charge too. That's crazy. It's just the shit that's coming out, man. I don't know what's going on, but even of course, Jackson RYKER. How could we not, mention that? JP, how did you feel when you heard this? Like, what went through your head?
Me or the other JP?
Man.
I'm not used to two JPs there.
I know, that's why I stayed. I mean,
He's more of a savage than I am.
It's gonna be a fun one tonight, boys.
But
It's all good, baby. So this is how I feel about this shit. Wow.
What a view.
Wow. I mean, it's just scary because here we have a veteran, right? Served this country, and especially in this moment, this time, to use that, say that, put that out there, and on top of that, like Kevin Owens said, to use this gimmick wrapped around it, his little gimmick,
his shitty wrestling catchphrase. Let's get it right.
He did it.
Catchphrase. And then to see the response from the other wrestlers, like people are getting dragged similar to the whole Drew Brees situation right now. Like it's getting ugly.
I think, like, read the fucking room. You know what I'm saying? Like, look around. Shut the fuck up. If just for a minute, the conversation's not about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just consider that. Consider if you've got nothing good to say, you don't support it, you fucking this and that and the third, right? Black Lives Matter, this and that. However you may feel, shut the fuck up. It's not about you, right?
You know what? Mister, sorry. You know what? I kind of disagree now. You know why? Because I think it's like that's what we've been doing. That's how we've been navigating, and that's why these things are still occurring. Because people, when they don't have nothing nice to say, they don't say anything at all. Now people are saying what they feel, and you know what? That's an opportunity to have a conversation. Because I don't know you feel a certain type of way about this. I can never explain to you my experience. I can never give you a different perspective for you to be able to change your mind. right? So those conversations are not happening because people ain't saying shit. Now people are saying shit. We're forcing ourselves to get. This is why we're here, and this is what I'm saying. It's the first time that I think we have a possibility to get somewhere because it's inherently wrong.
I'm a huge libertarian. Like I don't care if you go boof coke up your girlfriend's ass in your house, right? You do that all day long, right? But don't bring it into my
Very
house.
specific.
Bring it outside. Like that's cool, right? If that's what you're gonna do that. I'm a huge libertarian, and I really feel like we got to stop pushing each other's agendas on each other and just really accept who the fuck we are as not just a human race, but as a family of pro wrestling fans, and we're a huge niche. Like, if people don't believe that pro wrestling is a microcosm of what society brings to us, just take a look at, like you said, how many American, Asian American, whatever you want to throw in there, champions have there ever been in the WWE? Throw that in there. It's always been a huge microcosm. You can throw in the Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov. You can throw all that in there in the 80s, and even to now, with Jinder Mahal, you throw it in there. It's not a negative thing. I love Jinder Mahal's nipples. He's a great athlete. What I'm saying is, like, it's that time to have the conversation.
That's a drop.
Be open.
That's a drop.
Right?
We're calling it. That's a drop. I love you.
That's a drop, man.
Oh shit.
Well, amidst all this madness, man, there was some wrestling, guys.
Oh,
Smackdown happened last week. That's right.
I thought you said wrestling.
Oh no, wrestling. So these run me over with a car gimmicks, they never get old, do they? Jeff Hardy opens up the show, runs over Elias. Pretty chubby. What's going on here? Talk to me.
So I guess that they're turning Jeff Hardy's problems from reality into they're sprinkling into with the storyline, huh? The WWE, like
They
Again?
always do that to Jeff, yo. They always do that.
We got nothing better for you.
But Jeff, but I'm pretty sure Jeff has a saying in this, and if he's agreeing with it, then he's cool with it. I mean, they have to run it by him first, right?
Hey,
Well, how well did it work out for Animal, and how well did it work out for Scott Hall?
That's true.
I'm out.
There you go.
It's never a good idea.
Never a good idea. You know something that was
CM Punk's been the only survivor, I guess.
You forgot Mojo did that.
Mojo Riley.
The guy with the blue cum stain on his face.
Hey, that's the one. I think that's the guy. I think
Oh,
I
that's
guess
the
he got too hyped.
I wonder how bad it would have been if they would have run that angle with, like, let's say, Apollo Crews, just based on the climate, right?
Dude.
Because he was arrested.
How did he go from Apollo Crews to Crews again because of the shooting, and now Apollo Crews again? Like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah. I'd have.
That's $1 million question.
That
You know,
10
there's a point
DiBiase
where-
can't even answer.
You know, it's because of the climate, maybe. We got Bobby Lashley where he's at. We got.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there this
I'm
Sunday.
just saying, maybe that's a thing.
Wow.
Because where were we before this? I'm just saying.
We'll get there for this
Very
Sunday.
fishy.
Yeah.
But before we can talk all this shit about WWE, but who is a serious black performer in AEW?
Woo!
Just saying, like, it goes
Scorpio
both ways.
Sky.
I'm just saying that WWE is on the fucking, you know what I mean? Like, on the chair right
They're
now.
not the only ones in the hot seat under the microscope. They're not.
Next would be Sunny Kiss after Scorpio Sky.
Well, I haven't seen
Scorpio Sky, right? But
Oh.
even, yeah.
I mean, once upon a time they were pushing Private Party really hard, but they
Private
kind of
Party.
like pulled back a little bit.
Yeah,
Private Party
they
did-
kind of come back down.
They had a thing this week though, so I mean, he has a title shot next week against Cody. So we'll see him one half of Private Party.
I guess here's the other part of that though is that if you think about the most dominant tag teams when it comes to any promotion right now, they are African American dominant. They really are. I mean, can you go Street Profits, New Day? Like that's the stuff that I don't know, man. It's just I will always buy a tag team over a singles all the time because I'm waiting for the potential breakup. I'm always for the pickup. But it just doesn't happen that way. Like, can we just get a turn in the New Day like we did in what?
Why?
Why
Turn them? How many fucking? It's just like John Cena. How many like free pebble shirts are in the fucking audience with pancakes on them? Why would you break that up?
Because at some point the pancakes get stale.
I do want a Big E run.
Kids gotta grow up.
Hip
puberty.
I want Big E to have a singles run, man.
For sure.
There you go.
I would like that though. That's definitely.
I thought they were heading in the direction until the Xavier Woods injury.
Yeah.
Because I thought with Kofi losing the belt, that was a perfect opportunity for him maybe to spring off, or Xavier Woods, but mostly Big E. I don't know. I think that anticipation of a storyline that could be versatile, right? Because they could always reunite. That's why the Orton and Edge angle that they kind of teased Rated RKO may come back together. And nope, that's why it worked. And it stopped working.
The greatest wrestling match of all time. Say it again. Say it.
We'll get there. We'll get there. You. Real quick, Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss. Pretty cool to see Sasha go over, and a weird storyline there. Mandy Rose and Otis had a little storyline there. Talk to me about that real quick. They ogled each other, and then they made out by the pool. Ooh, what's up with this? Is Mandy Rose trying to like get all fancy, or because he's Mr. Money in the Bank now, or has this always been the case with?
I don't know, bro. It seems like we're living vicariously through Otis right now.
I know I am.
All I know is that
Daniel Bryan defeats
JP. A couple of private moments.
Just get JP to say Sasha.
Sasha.
Listen.
Hey,
Go ahead, JP.
I pronounce it, for some reason I'm from Boston. I don't say ER at all, but for some reason when I say Sasha, it comes out with an ER.
Sasha. Barely know.
All I know is Mandy's breaking a few regulations, how close they definitely getting by that pool. And Otis grilling us some pork chops. There's some pork chops on that.
Definitely fun to watch.
Nah, let Otis have fun, no?
Those two are definitely tongue wrestling, though. I'll say that. There's something going on there.
Dad bods. That's what's going on. Dad bods.
There you go.
Dad bods making it run.
Dude, after everyone comes out of quarantine, of course dad bods are going to be on the fucking...
Yo, for real.
Let's move on to Raw, gentlemen. Raw. Aleister Black defeats Seth Rollins in the opening bout. Seth still got beef with Ray. Is this entertaining right now, guys? Ray and Seth? Because I think it got a little deeper, right? With his son got involved this week.
Right. Is his son under contract at this point? I know he's done like a handful.
I feel like so.
Has to, especially after his promo, like he has to be. I hope he's ready.
I'm hoping they go like a Sandman and Raven storyline where they corrupt Dominic into working for Seth.
I'm so focused on the discipleship, like the ultimate following of Buddy and now Austin Theory. Like the ultimate discipleship, meaning you just stop and you spread the word. That's the part.
And two great talents. A perfect opportunity. But you know what? Not for nothing. Right now, for me, I know he's the Messiah. He's supposed to be the biggest heel they have right now. But every time he's on the screen, man, all I'm thinking about is that Becky's pregnant, bro. Like, this is where, like, you know, I can't suspend my disbelief no more.
Talking about dating up, though, huh? Like, he's definitely dating up above his scale. He's way out of his pay scale there.
You saw his Twitter picture, right? The leak?
He's the one saying, "Thank you, sir. Might have another."
And not loud enough too, but very low. Watch the tone. Apollo Crews and Kevin Owens in a banger. That was pretty out of nowhere. I didn't see that coming anywhere. How we feeling about Apollo Crews in this U.S. title, man? You think he's gonna last with this or what?
I'm trying to stay calm. Like I'm literally trying to stay calm because like Apollo Crews is could have been probably the best 205 live champion that had ever been seen at any point in time anywhere. And then the shooting happens. They change his name to Cruz. The collector Vince McMahon shoves him in the corner, and then all of a sudden they decide to bring him back out as Apollo Crews. This is the TV writing that us as pro wrestling fans get so frustrated by. Like there's no rhyme or reason, there's no story, there's no backstory, there's nothing that we can buy in and chomp into other than like, well, fuck it, I guess he's Apollo Crews.
Right.
And then to your point, they write themselves into a corner. Mm-hmm. They blow their load super early on storylines.
Is that what
they don't let them develop, and they're just like, all right, Braun and Bray, whoever loses is now trash. You know what I mean? Apollo Crews, fuck him because we got nothing for him. Let's put him on the show. Oh wait, we need somebody. All right, cool.
I honestly think that I'm going to shut up on this. Is I really think that somebody like Apollo Crews, a talent like that, like fuck the 24/7 championship. Like that's stupid. It's done. Once you put it on Gronkowski's waist, once you put that on a Patriots waist, it becomes a piece of shit.
Josh, you know how I feel about championships and press. When was the last time a title belt changed hands on a national news program?
But this is my point, okay? This is my point. When is the last time you saw a television title in play?
But it doesn't matter. It still wouldn't change hands on a national news program. It changed hands on Fox News, which, like the politics or not, it's a national news program.
It's not the title, Radam. It's not the title. It's the name of the motherfucker.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
Like, you change that into a TV title, that Apollo Crews could be on NXT, Raw, SmackDown. He could be defending that thing 3 times in 1 week, getting maximum exposure, and that TV title would become something. Like, how many times did RVD and Jerry Lynn wrestle each other throughout the years that nobody ever really saw, but they saw it on TV?
Are you asking for continuity? From the longest rating episodic television programming, you're asking for continuity?
We can only put a flare on every fucking show of the week. We can't do that with Apollo Crews. How dare you?
Right.
Just know that people out there that are creating this trash, they get upset too. They get tight. They get their panties in a bunch. About us expressing our opinions on the
these douches.
What? What?
And I'm sorry, but trash is trash. I don't need to be a sommelier to fucking know that trash is trash. My palate is sophisticated enough to know that this is garbage. Basura cow.
Basura cow. Talk to him, Basura cow. Drew McIntyre, the
same word important for armpits.
Shout out to Dirty Armpits.
Shout out to deodorant. Oh, y'all need it. Drew McIntyre defeats MVP. Lana shows causes distraction. I am distracted by her presence in this. It's annoying. It's distracting. I don't like it.
Why is she still working for the company?
And let's not do this. Let's just go to the better things in life. Let's move on to Wednesday, gentlemen. NXT. Candice LeRae, Mia Yim. Double count out, but hey, I like the story, guys. Anybody excited for what they're seeing right now?
I saw this article about Mia Yim.
Oh,
yeah, it was like I don't know, some herb fucking wrote it. It was awful. It was the most ass kissing piece of shit hack journalism.
Was it like over 300 words? Over 500?
I was like, no, this is like Brad Shepard, and it wasn't. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. This is trash. It was crazy.
So some of it was. So it was like Brad Shepard. So none of it was true.
Right.
Mia Yim, please love me. Look at this article. I love you. You're so great.
We talked about this last night with Ref Quinn, and if anybody hasn't watched, I think it's America on 18. was a 3-on-3 match, females versus males. Mia Yim in that match, and they actually wrestled against LAX. At that time, it is probably one of the stiffest matches I have ever watched in my life, and I could watch that thing on repeat forever. And she's
Hold on, though. They're all Jersey guys, so it was SAT.
I was like, what the fuck is he talking about?
when they stole LAX's when they stole the name LAX.
They did. Oh shit!
Such a dick.
All right, so how about our boy Drake Maverick?
Wait.
How about him?
Well, before you get there, are we starting up the mixed tag shit again? The mixed max tag, because all these couples are tagging up in NXT. Right?
Every single power couple they got in NXT is
Bianca
together.
Belair is up there. You have Candice LeRae.
Carrying a Scarlett gonna win.
Now Scarlett, right?
Curfew times on these recruits. All right, they're all shacking up during this quarantine. They're all getting it on, and they're all coupling up, and now they want to work together. All right, there's no place in the business. Nah, man. I would only care if they can wrestle, like intergender.
I
I'm
like
not a fan of intergender.
Yeah, I like it. It's real good. It's a
a
different
fan of it,
vibe.
I'm not a fan until I watch it for a minute or two, and if the girl can make me forget I'm watching an intergender match, then I can watch it.
Okay.
But if I'm watching a guy versus a girl the whole time, I just can't buy into it.
Does Tessa Blanchard be able to portray that for you?
Yes, at some points, because she did it so often for a while.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace is another one.
And she came into the business against men, like
Yeah.
was trained, so that's why it's more comfortable for her.
Quite frankly, the Knockouts division is the strongest women's division in wrestling.
Always has been.
That's all you need, right? Threat, and they're all threats.
Do you believe there's no longer any more sunny days ahead?
I don't know.
Oh man.
Because I believe Jordan Grace can take care of that.
In that knockout division, where's Maria Kanellis going to fall into that?
Announcer.
I'm still trying to figure out where Peraza was going to fall into that.
So we know that they already promoted about something that's happening in July. Slammiversary.
Slammiversary, July 18th.
And they started that promotion with announcing the releases from the WWE during the pandemic. So I think Maria's gonna be her man's Canela's ballet. What they did in the E, I think they're gonna try to perfect that. I think that's the angle they're gonna go with.
Can I just tell you, he is so good too. Like, he got so misused in the WWE, or just not used.
Extremely misused. Yeah. It's unfortunate. There's guys that can flourish and they're strapped down. I mean, it's a story we keep hearing from all these. This is why Cody's
he's gonna come back as the Miracle again, or is he gonna come back as like Michael Kanellis?
I think you go with the Miracle. That worked for him. Or unless you can put him back with Taven and them and reunite the kingdom, but I think contracts are gonna keep that from happening.
You an asshole.
Want nothing to do with the kingdom.
We don't even sit no more. We don't even. So we getting Canellis now. So we.
I can tell you, those guys are all still best friends.
Yeah.
We interviewed
Bloodbath.
long ago.
Shout out to Horror King in our episode
Vinny
of
is
Shooting
such
the
a
Ish
good
with the
dude.
Horror King.
Vinny is such a good dude.
Oh yeah, man.
I just wanted to plug it really hard. I wanted to say it out loud. Hey,
I wanted to say it out loud.
We interview people.
Yeah, we hustling. Stay hustling.
It is a hustle to get interviews sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't lie.
Speaking of hustles, you know what else is a hustle? Yo, charities, bro. And our boys over here, I heard y'all got a charity going on. What's going on?
Talk to us real quick, man.
So, about 15 years ago, we started. It was internet radio. It wasn't even podcast. I was the Irish Whip with my buddy Joe. Josh was Total Nonstop Radio with his buddy Nico. Nico worked for TNA and was raffling off, was auctioning off a tower that was signed by all the TNA guys. And at the time, I had a really good job and I made some money, and he was going to donate all the money to the National Autism Association. We didn't even really know each other. We didn't fuck with each other back then too much. We were just two different shows. I sent him a message, said, whatever you get for a winning bid, I'm going to match. He instantly pulled the auction and said, nah, let's do something. And we started Wrestling Autism. And we pumped out some T-shirts. It was Autism 316. And it went for a couple of years, and we donated enough money where we were listed on the National Autism Association site.
Wow.
But we stopped doing the podcast. We kind of let that fall to the side, and then a couple of weeks ago, me and Josh are doing the show, and Josh is like, oh, by the way, I started a new Twitter, and I got a website for Wrestling Autism. So we're just really getting it rolling again.
Nice.
Gonna get some
back,
up. And...
baby.
That's right, man. Doing it to D, man.
Yeah, the biggest thing behind it is that when we started this, a couple of kids, was actually signed with a bulb, and he's there now, and they did an internet wrestling radio show at 14 and 15 years old, and Big Al had autism, and we ended up sending Big Al and his mom to WrestleMania on our dime, everything. So it's one of those things where we try to convey this to people. They think we're full of shit. Like they think like the fact that the video is here. Like this is where I'm at. Like us put radio isn't doing this. This isn't something that people regular. This is something that people above and beyond are doing. This this is what should be podcasting now, and it was Nico's baby. Through TNA and Dixie Carter and Double J and everybody down there at TNA Impact were so gracious and helpful in allowing us to do this. They didn't contribute any money or any advertising. They just let us do our thing. And unfortunately, we had to go our separate ways to get where we're at now. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And the Autism 316 shirts are coming back out, so you guys people will be able to see those. But it's just one of those causes. It's one of those things where it's near and dear to our heart. It's near and dear to a lot of people's hearts out there. It's one of those things where, there's ladies, guys in New Jersey that will get on a plane, fly to Colorado, get aerosol THC, get on a plane and fly back for their kids that have autism, just because it helps them so much.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
That's where we're at. Is we're just trying to help these kids out that are misunderstood, don't always get the same treatment, which we've already been talking about, just fair and ethical treatment. And that's what this is for, is just to use the avenue of pro wrestling, use the avenue of podcasts, and use the pro wrestlers that we know, which we are going to start doing. Like, it's just right now it's kind of shelved. Because we're building up what we need to get so we can actually do it. But I really appreciate you bringing that, man.
Hey, we appreciate the startup, man, because you gotta get there. You gotta get there somehow, right? So much power to you guys.
And if I may say, man, it's beautiful because when we talk about the pro wrestling community, that's a population that is really invested in our community, man. Going to a lot of independent shows, man. They show so much love. It's beautiful for me to see that they're able to see they have the same passion and love that we do. They see the same thing. They're moved as well. You know what I mean? And that's something that sometimes people forget, especially when it comes to autism, as far as the way they may feel or can feel energy and love and support or be in the moment, man. And so I appreciate you guys are doing this, and we'll definitely help you guys out. Keep us counting. We definitely promote the shit out of it. Let's make this happen.
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, absolutely. And everything that happened with it was sort of an accident from the startup to. I was buying T-shirts. There used to be a cheap a store up here that sold licensed T-shirts for pretty cheap, like $6 or $7. I was driving home with a bunch of them one day, and I looked and saw the Austin 316 shirt, and I went, "Oh man!" I knew what I had to do.
Yeah.
I went down to WrestleMania 25 in Houston with an Autism 316 shirt in my back pocket the whole time. If I got within 20 feet of Austin, I was throwing it to him, but it never happened. Because it wasn't meant to be a rip-off. It was meant to be a rip-off.
You know what, though? Hit him up. hit him up. He might be so down for that.
Oh,
Yeah, I will now.
Yeah.
I already hit him up. He still owes Brian Pillman Jr. in a fucking Green Turtles swimming pool.
Gentlemen, real quick, let's talk AEW Dynamite, because that was on and popping real quick. Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page defending the titles. You guys remember tag team wrestling? I do. At least during that match for a little bit. It was pretty fun. Kenny gets back at Adam now. He's the one missing. It seems like every match there's always one missing here. Is this a real tag team, or are they pretty prestige on behind these belts?
I hope not, because they're both so good individually.
Right. Okay.
I hate to see the two of them not get wasted in a tag team, but those are two main event guys. And you're going to put them in a tag team, so you're going to take two main event matches and make it into one.
No.
How do you feel about Kenny Omega's run so far? Just in general.
Because he'll do whatever's asked.
Are you talking an AEW run, or are you talking people that don't know New Japan Pro Wrestling exists and now know who Kenny Omega is?
No. His current run.
What run?
So what we're on?
AEW.
But you just answered the question. That's the answer.
That is the answer.
It's like, what run?
Rhetorical.
No, he's right.
Chicken and the egg.
I mean, seriously, take New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kenny Omega, and then put Kenny Omega in AEW. It's like, what the fuck happened?
He's not wrestling 6-year-old girls anymore.
Hey, it's a lot harder with that mic every week. You got a presence of
Listen,
the name.
it kind of feels like he got WWE'd.
I mean, he was developmental. He was one of the first ones to quit developmental.
Yeah, sure. That's true.
Don't get me wrong, man. That's what he's doing, and that's I don't mean to insult him. Like when I say run, I'm really serious. Like it's. I wish I could see more.
Right? Come on,
you want more of the cleaner.
Hey, you want that cleaner, babe? Yeah.
But I mean, realistically, he's too humble of a man, because you know that him being an executive VP, he's just putting everybody over at the point. At this point, that's what he's pretty much doing.
But he also doesn't lose any of his heat by doing that.
No.
Exactly. And he's making the big bucks, like Josh said.
And it may not be for the new fans that are just meeting now for AEW, but for all of us, we know that at any point in time we can turn it on. And we're going to get Kenny Omega. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's at a Randy Orton level where like he's motivated is going to happen, but the opportunity is there because he has way too much talent for that not to be the case.
Right.
I'm waiting for this breakup to be that match. That we're waiting for. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna build the storyline and you got something,
it takes off from there.
Yeah.
So who's the heel? Who's the heel in the breakup?
Adam.
Kenny Omega, Adam.
Kenny. It's Kenny.
Adam's the babyface coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Adam's coming out big because
yeah. You want to see Kenny Omega back? We need the heel Kenny.
Okay.
And I want to see Hunter Horse Helmsley come back out with Hangman too.
Hunter Horse.
I want to see Hyde, Kenny Omega, Matt Riddle. I don't know who else could we put there. I don't know, Rob Van Dam. Like I want to see that. But
it's a card right there.
I want to see Marty Scurll in AEW. That's who I want to see.
Yeah,
the problem is Marty Scurll doesn't want to see Marty Scurll in AEW. Marty Scurll in WWE.
He wants the NWA money too, man. Helping them out a bit.
That was really smart that he didn't go to AEW because we want it, and no matter when he goes, we'll want to see it.
You would never get.
You don't think so?
You'll never get this.
I don't think he was ever looking at AEW though. I think AEW probably looked at him more than he looked at them.
Yeah, you think so?
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, he's a boss.
They went out and got Brian Cage, and he's doing big things with Taz this week. They're pushing him over for that match.
That was a great pairing, man. Taz and Brian. No, I don't like what had the segments was, but I'm saying that's a great pairing.
Okay.
Brian Cage with Taz, that can get somewhere.
Is it like Inheritance Week?
I would see Taz make that belt, like the
FTW,
and just come out and just give that to Cage, and just let him carry, just like he did in ECW. Like, fuck it, I'll make my own belt. Like, just take that FTW belt, but don't make it orange. Make that thing blue and make it Cage, and let him carry that thing around.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean,
Should make
Good
a
shit.
PNC title because that shit is ugly. I thought what happened?
Let's talk about it. Cody defends his success against Jungle
It's
Boy.
a hubcap.
I knew it was going to be a classic. That was a great match. Great match, man. But terrible title.
But the only match Cody ever loses is to his tattoo artist. So.
Wait, that's not a hickey?
Or in bed.
Randy got a weird-shaped mouth.
Oh man, let's talk NXT.
I'm the group how to create suction.
That's Ricochet.
Wow.
Got that hit. They had to have that hit.
Yo.
Let's talk NXT. Let's talk TakeOver. Let's take over the combo now and move into the pay-per-view this Sunday. How are we feeling about this? Any early thoughts? Any early thoughts on what we're expecting to see here? JP, I know you're not really fond of the old previous In Your Houses, so you think there's a bad stigma to it.
So you're talking to the Savage, right?
Yeah, the Savage.
Okay, cool. I was having them speak. So, yes, unfortunately, I see In Your House, and I do not remember fond memories. I remember being a young child, watching through the black box. Yes, the legal box. I was privileged to follow
Shout out to Channel 96.
And just knowing that this isn't like the other one. This is not as good as the pay-per-view. And whenever it was In Your House, I was like, you know what? I don't need to watch it. What other movies are playing? So it doesn't give me hope for this weekend. But the only thing that does give me hope is that it's still an NXT takeover.
Okay, so
and for the exception of Mia Yim, all the NXT takeovers have been phenomenal.
Wow.
I'm looking forward to seeing some wrestling this weekend. A little bit of nostalgia, which is always good, even though it's In Your House. But nostalgia is what we need right now because nostalgia always brings feelings of love and dismay.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you about that women's match. You're definitely not going with Mia. I'm gonna get her. Unfortunately, not.
All I'm stating is the fact.
Okay.
That was the one match.
Let's just jump over that.
What? Hate in that fucking declaration of hate, dude.
Yeah, you just like, it's like you stabbed and turned the fucking knife. Holy shit. Definitely Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I feel this is Damian's chance or last.
First or last.
Does anybody like Damian Priest? Is anybody?
Yeah, Josh, JP, talk to me, man. How do you feel about Damian Priest so far? What we've been seeing, man.
Who?
Keep doing that shit. Ask Josh.
No, that is Josh.
No, that is Josh.
That is Josh.
No, that was Josh. She said who? And you said Damian Priest.
Who?
ROH, dude. Just go back to ROH and get some refinement. Back to ROH and get some refinement, dude. I'm just saying, like, you're a great individual and a great person and a great man, but for some reason you got a contract where somebody else should have.
We need Punishment Martinez back.
Products. We were very excited to see it. It's just not connecting. He right now to me is looking like an NXT Baron Corbin.
Yes, the lone wolf.
And nobody likes
I want to know what the Cardinals got to say about that shit.
There it is.
Fucking time, bro. The Cardinals and the Colts, they cut Baron Corbin. I know.
Baron Corbin has since blocked us, and
Really?
he will forever never again think more than 5 times before signing with any other team because of
You
JP's.
know what else cut Baron Corbin? His hairline.
Severely.
Fuck me.
Yo, fuck Baron Corbin.
No. You know what? The one thing I will respect is Baron Corbin's hair. I didn't say shit about Hogan for years. We got away with that shit. I ain't gonna say shit to Baron Corbin.
But he had a dope beard.
Yeah, Hogan covered his up with the bandana.
Yeah, right.
Hogan didn't have a dope beard. Hogan had a dope Sharpie that he was just like.
He pulled a
Taking it in.
He pulled a Carlos Boozer. He hung it with Carlos Boozer.
I'm like, go to Steve Harvey's barber. You go to Steve Harvey's barber.
Man, a big pump stuck in the face.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh shit. No, man.
we're trying to look like Billy Graham, though. If you think about it, Billy Graham was the first one to do that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
And Mae Young.
Shout out to the hand, baby.
Mark Henley's left child.
This Moolah will ask. Okay. Hey,
What's the main event? What's the main event this weekend?
It's Adam Cole and Velveteen Dream.
champion.
So
Sir.
That will be a great match.
let's talk about it, man. Cause
The only
there's
thing-
no way. There's no way Adam Cole walks out of the main event this weekend with that NXT championship. I feel. Right? Or
I think that is
I think Josh fell over.
Oh, dude.
Josh, are you alright now?
there you go. You fucked up. You fucked up.
I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Mr. Bring him back.
That prop is hitting hard.
Hey, all right. Don't breathe.
Are you on the Firefly Funhouse?
I don't.
This is what I'm weary about. They haven't been in action for a while. You haven't seen Adam Cole do too much, or the Velveteen Dream. So I just hope that they can still see the show. But you have to have Adam Cole win it. You can't change the title. You can't have Velveteen Dream have a title run when you have no fans and we're still in quarantine. You can't have that. It's gonna be such a fail. You can't Apollo Crews the situation.
Yeah, all right. I see what you're saying. Mischief, how about you?
I don't know, right? Isn't Velveteen Dream supposed to be a pedophile? We never found out.
Oh, wow.
We still haven't cleared his name.
Wow.
We still haven't cleared his name.
Him pedophiling.
Is that our answer? Do we go based on the results?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon covered it up, and the fact that he's in the main event says obviously it's not a problem for them, or it's unresolved. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Rick over here.
Velveteen
Don't
Dream.
miss an episode.
Fuck yourself, bro.
Josh, JP, talk to me about this main event, man. What do you want to see here?
Is this champion
Adam Cole wins. It's got to be Adam. Like, I like Velveteen Dream, but I also remember when he got fired off of that stupid reality show.
Okay.
Tough enough.
Yeah.
What
was
is
it tough
that?
enough that it was like only on the network or something, wasn't it? Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, it was on USA, yeah.
He was
That's
one of
what
the
I'm That's my name.
Tough enough?
No, that motherfucker tough enough stole my name. Josh and Yeti. Both of them together.
That's right.
Oh, that's
was
right.
His,
Yeti.
was his name Josh?
That's right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeti, yeah.
Yeah, and he used to do that shit.
Yeah.
That was a terrible Yeti.
Anyone know his number? I need a new.
He's a real Yeti.
Calling your mom.
I'm just fucking with you.
Calling your mom. Wait, can I have her number after you're done? Because you see my background, right? There's a theme. There's a theme going on here.
Theme back here.
There's a theme.
They're supposed to wear.
I think Adam Cole's just the better, and I think Adam Cole is staying there. I think Adam Cole's happy in NXT. I don't think he wants to go up.
Do you see him as like an NXT only talent? Like he's not gonna.
Adam Cole is NXT.
Until they
That's
throw
just it.
stupid money at him, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Gonna bring him back. The lure is not there. Wifey and then the friends.
Can I just say this? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. Like, Finn Balor should be where Adam Cole is right now.
Yes.
100%. That's just should be it. And their failure to move Finn Balor, like get rid of the demon. Like when people talk about grabbing talent and then fucking burying him, that's a prime example of it. Like it's ridiculous to me how you can have a talent like that in the WWE. Not just a talent, but a human being. That's just a good person all around, and you bury him like that. It doesn't make any sense. But to me, Adam Cole is NXT. Like Roddy is NXT. Like to me, they are the NWO of NXT, and I'm waiting for everybody else. And I'm talking about Stephanie, I'm talking about Vince, and I'm talking about Shane to get the fuck out of the way and let Triple H run the show, because you see it in NXT, like you do. That's Triple H.
Yes.
You really, I think Dominic Dijakovic, and I know I always fuck his name up because he's so Dominic. But how many people in NXT did they have to go through before he got the call up? Because he's really good, but he's still pretty new there.
That's true.
And he's not the top guy there. So how many people did they have to go through before he said, "Yeah, I'll do it"?
I don't think a talent like Velveteen Dream can have the belt until Adam Cole is gone. And in Velveteen Dream, like the shit that he wears, the gear that he comes out with, the airbrush stuff, like this kid is. I know you don't like JP, but I love the kid. Like I think he is everything that the WWE could hang their hat on, if it wasn't for the color of the skin. And I mean that in the most sincere and honest way.
Wow. John Cena shouted him out. He said that he'd love to work with him if given opportunity. So
because they're similar. They're so similar. They're both entertainers over wrestlers.
Right.
He's such a Rick Rude to me. And Rick
Dude
was amazing. What do you mean, how dare I?
No, I'm with you. Like
Ravishing Road's one of the greatest heels of all time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he's got.
I'm honest, dude. Velveteen Dream with that belt is everything I want it to be, but Adam Cole has to go before that happens. Like Adam Cole, before anybody else can have that belt, gotta go. Yeah, there's too much. Like, when's the last time you saw Adam Cole up the NXT belt?
Yeah, but I think Adam Cole can drop that belt and make somebody instantly.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Super over.
Most definitely. Yeah, and I think that's probably the plan afterwards. That's got to be at least, because unless they're putting him up, and the problem is I'm a little scared of them bringing up Adam Cole to that main roster until Vince is gone, like you said.
Don't trust him.
No.
Don't trust
him
him.
away from
They'll
the
make
main
him
roster.
205 champion, bro. Like,
He's not tan. He doesn't have blonde hair. He ain't got tits.
And he has two names.
That's true.
Oh, terrible. He's terrible.
and this girl works for the opposition. And his dentist.
She's a dentist.
No, and his dentist. Yo, we also gained the debut this weekend. Karrion Kross' first match against the Muscle Champion. My second main event, because I am a Chopper Mark. Can't wait for this shit. Shout out to Bloodsport. We saw Karrion do his thing out there. Mischief, I know you can't wait. Talk to me a little bit. What do you expect here? What do you want to see? How much violence?
This is going to be the greatest wrestling match of all time.
No!
Better than Orton and Edge?
Better than Orton and Edge. By the way, Orton and Edge is going to end on a small package. Like 5 seconds. It's going to be the biggest fuck you ever. It's going to be like, all right, ready, go.
No!
2, 3, 1, Edge!
It's like
and then
Tuesday night.
Randy Orton for 2 months. Gone. Fuck him. That's how it's going. But
So is Paul's package is coming out?
Oh no!
So we have an interference by Paul's package?
Paul's package,
yours, you little bitch.
Hey, can you guys buy this? And this is just me thinking, because I'm a huge mark. I just do. I'm a huge mark for the tags. Like, do you see, since you've got the inner workings now with Killian there, and you've got some guys NXT kind of replenished? I mean, because it's been bare for a while. We got to be honest. Like, it's been bare for a good 6 months to a year. I mean, when you get to bring a talent like Finn Balor down, you've obviously brought in way too much talent, and then burn that bridge. I'm more excited to see Gargano make a run in for Tampa than anything else.
Wow.
I really hope that.
Wow, that's a story there, man. Get him. It took Carrion to get him to fucking come in and help his boy. Wow, I like that. I like what you went there. Oh, yeah.
So guess what? It won't fucking happen.
You know why I disagree? He's not the Raw or SmackDown writers. It's NXT. It's a possibility.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do have continuity sometimes.
And listen, DIY always will sell.
Yeah.
Then if this happens, Ciampa's got to get the ever living shit beat out of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like to the point where like it's sympathy, like it's by sympathy, like Gargano has to come out.
Let's
Yeah, like it's got to be to the point where you question, like, is this real or fake?
Yeah.
That's a step.
That's
and
true.
Cross is the guy to do it.
And repeat to Johnny too afterwards. Like that's how you. That's an instant. Wow, what a push right there. You took out NXT's top 2 guys.
But
Your
ultimately,
entrance.
I wouldn't want Gargano anywhere near Ciampa for a while. I'm kind of like, we've done this. Like we've done this so many times. So I
4 times, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I cried all 4 times.
if this wasn't NXT, we'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Right? Like, what is that?
If you think about how long that collectively we've been watching pro wrestling, there's so many ways that this could go, right? And the reason I bring Gargano in there is, I mean, if you could get that sympathy out there where Gargano just comes out and acts like he's going to save him and just starts beating the fuck out of him too, like that's where you finally get that. Like you're trying to get Gargano to be a heel, right? I mean, that's what you want.
Right.
Eventually, that's what you want. So why don't you beat the horse while he's down? Beat him while he's down. Like obviously, make him a POS. Make Gargano a piece. Make people hate Gargano. That's the only way you can make them hate him. Is your best friend's down? Go fucking kick him.
That's true.
See, I hear you, and that's actually excellent. Like that's be a phenomenal way to kind of push them over. Because for me, Gargano and Candice as heels, they're like sour patches. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sour. Like I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Like, you're telling me both of them are gonna go up against what we just saw, Mia Yim and her man, and they're gonna like beat. I don't get it. I don't get it. But that would help. That would help.
Yo, Keith Lee is a big piece of beef.
At the end of the day, Ciampa put his head through the middle of the ring. He exposed the ring and put his head through it.
Keith Lee is so fucking good, though.
Keith Lee eats babies.
Can actually move. Like he's incredible.
He eats them whole, right?
Yeah.
By the ankles, and then he pulls them out skeleton. Like
he's a hell of an actor. I'll tell you that much. He's great in this movie.
And thighs, bro.
Shout out to his pink sneakers.
Hey.
Word.
When he went up for the Royal Rumble, that was very fucking believable.
Oh, that guy's dope.
That
face off with Brock was crazy.
Brock
so
told him too.
believable.
Brock was like, "Yo, that's a big fucking guy."
Yeah. Facts.
I'm afraid I have some bad news, gentlemen. That's all the damn time we have for you folks this week. But I definitely want to thank you, JD and Josh, for joining us this week, man. Tell the fans where we can catch you and check out the Irish Whip podcast at.
Yeah, man. So
in JP's mom's bed.
Ooh.
I might be in the closet. Watching.
Wow.
Is that why you're in the closet?
Hey.
Whoa, hey.
So at 3 Irish Boys, pretty much everywhere on social media at this point. At Autism 316, we record at random times, but we go live every week now.
We go live.
It as
We go live when AEW are on. That's when we go live, but nobody's fucking watching.
But It's we just go on like you guys. We just go on and have fun. You guys are actually more structured than we are, I think. But
we try. We try.
We just try to do our thing, man. We're just having fun out here. We're blessed to have you guys on, man. We got to do this thing again, man, for sure. And once we get out of these, boxes that we in here, we definitely got to catch a drink somewhere. And I know the perfect spot, Blue 42. You waiting for us, man. We're gonna be out there for sure. 10 count, Santo, Pretty Chubby. Tell them what they gonna do for us on iTunes, man.
Check us out on iTunes, Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. Guys, don't forget to rate, review, write us a comment, rating, give us those 5 stars, just like I gave your mom 5 strokes.
Hey,
check you out.
I gotta check my mom's security system. This is good.
We out here, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, cool. We good.
Good.
Thanks.